Welcome to Women's Sports Weekly, where women's sports happen every day, but we talk about it once a week. I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Danielle. Women's Sports Weekly is a podcast where we discuss the latest news, explore interesting stories, and share our love for women's sports. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at WomensSportsWeeklyPod. Follow us and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Send us an email at WomensSportsWeeklyPod@gmail.com, and we may feature your email on our Listeners Experience Zone, The Les.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! You are 34 years old.
Yes, at the time that this episode releases, it will be my birthday. I will be on a work trip, but this weekend we got to celebrate a little bit and it was great. And the following week we will be on vacation. So I just need to get through my actual birthday week and it will be great.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on right now. But we did get to celebrate your birthday weekend. Friday, I got to make you dinner, which is a rare occurrence. But Danielle had to go into the office for work, which she usually doesn't do, and I had off from work. So got to make you a nice halloumi and avocado salad and cook up some burgers. And it was really nice.
I must say, I was pretty surprised when I came home from work on Friday and you were like, I'm making dinner. And I was like, wow, that is great news because I had nothing in mind that I wanted to cook.
Gotta keep you guessing, right?
Yeah, maybe that was what I get for the dinner you said way back when that you were going to make me, like last basketball season. But
well, we had our bet?
Yeah.
Okay, you still owe me a TikTok dance, so...
Well, I got my dinner.
Okay, I'll be waiting on that TikTok dance, but I won't hold my breath.
And we also went out to dinner on Saturday night. We went to a nice restaurant by us and got some ramen and sushi and cold sesame noodles, and it was delicious.
Their cold sesame noodles at Uncle in Denver are the best in the world.
Yes, I will say I did get hot ramen and I was profusely sweating. So I don't know if that was my best choice, but I was like, we haven't been there in a while and I could really go for some ramen. I was sweating hard, so I did not finish it, but it was still delicious.
And it was spicy on top of it.
Yeah, I was choking. You were like, are you okay?
But we also got to go for a hike on Saturday during the day with some run club friends. It was along the water. Got to get in the water, which is my favorite thing. Time with friends. It was really wonderful.
It was awesome. Our run club friends were talking about it during the week. They're like, we should go for a hike Saturday. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I have to do my long run on Saturday, but I have FOMO, so I made it work and got to do it all, and it was great.
The FOMO is high for you.
It is. We were even talking about it on Saturday. It's very rare that so many people are around on a weekend in the summer. So the fact that we got a pretty decent group together to go, I was like, I don't want to miss that. That's going to be so fun. And yeah, we got to go in the river. There were a ton of people fishing along the river. We went in for a little bit and we're hanging out.
The fishers probably loved us swimming.
Oh, especially us sending the dogs down to the river near where they were fishing. I'm sure that was great for them to catch some fish.
Well, we were just sending them their way. The fish couldn't be by us, so we were sending them to that area.
That river was pretty cold, but I am happy I went in. We dried so fast because it was so hot down there.
It's been rough here in Denver. I'm looking forward. We're headed down to the Jersey Shore soon. I'm looking forward to being, it'll probably be so humid in New Jersey, but at least we'll be near the ocean.
It'll be great. I will say it was a great birthday weekend. Got to do a lot of my favorite things, and then we'll be on vacation the week after. So I feel like I'm sandwiched by good weekends.
Yeah.
Just got to get through the week itself.
And we got to get you some cake because we didn't have cake this past weekend.
Well, your family always likes, I don't know if they like to, but you always get me cake at family vacation.
Yes, because your birthday usually falls near family vacation. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun week celebrating.
It will be.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
Let's get into our episode for today. We continue to accept applications for our social media marketing intern. We talked about this a bunch. It's from September to December in 2026, 20 hours a week. The location is remote. This is an unpaid internship, and we are looking for someone to begin in September. The application actually closes this Friday, July 31st. So if you are interested in interning with us, we are so interested in interning with you. Is that the way to put it? We're so interested in having you as an intern. So please submit your application by July 31st, this Friday. Okay, let's get into our highlight reel for the week. Let's start with Athletes Unlimited Softball League. The championship was this past weekend. It was the Utah Talons versus the Chicago Bandits. And the Utah Talons won the first game on Saturday, 2-1. Utah pitcher Georgina Korick, who is a right-hander, pitched a 4-hitter in this 2-1 win. And then they go into Sunday. And on Sunday, the Utah Talons won the second game 6-1. This is the Utah Talons' second straight Athletes Unlimited Softball League championship. And last year, they also played the Chicago Bandits and they also swept them. So 2 very similar years, and the Talons are on top. Montana Fouts pitched the complete game for the Talons in this 6-1 win, and she was also named Athletes Unlimited Softball League Pitcher of the Year. Athletes Unlimited Softball League is a shorter season, but they are done, and the Utah Talons are your 2026 champions.
All right, let's switch over to the Women's Tennis Association. Unfortunately, this is not great news, but something we feared would be coming more, and they are introducing a one-off mandatory gene testing for all players, which is a requirement to compete at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. I just can't believe we're having this conversation.
We're going to continue to have this conversation, but we want to keep everyone updated on the policies and what's happening in women's leagues. I think it's important to talk about, even though it's really sad. This new policy makes the WTA in line with the eligibility policy introduced by the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, in March, to align with President Trump's executive order on sports ahead of the 2028 games. For this WTA testing, the players will be tested for the SRY gene, a segment of DNA typically found on the Y chromosome that initiates male sex development in utero. We've talked about this SRY gene before in episode 116. You can listen to that episode to find out all the issues with this SRY gene. And if you don't listen to the episode, the biggest takeaway is that the person who created it said that it should not be used to test gender. So
we've had this conversation before, but the most frustrating part about this is if you have a freak athlete who's a male, like an amazing athlete, they don't get tested for shit. They're just this great person. They're honored as this amazing,
they have biological differences.
Athlete. Yeah, there's differences. That's part of the human makeup. Everyone is different. And for women that we are quote unquote protecting, as people like to say, we are not. We're just making lives hell doing these mandatory gene screenings that, like you said, aren't even the best way to determine sex or whatever they're looking for. It's honestly just going to make people's lives hell.
It's going to exclude athletes who may not even know they have this gene, which is going to be really traumatic for them to find out that they either do or do not have the gene, whatever it is that makes them ineligible. And I just wish we could have some more nuanced conversations about this and what the actual impact is, because if we're trying to protect women, whatever that means in quotations, we have some great ideas on how to do that, and they do not involve testing individuals. So it's just really, really unfortunate.
Yeah.
In more transphobic news, we also know that Sophie Cunningham in the WNBA is exactly who we think she is. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but she made some comments that you should read the article because what she says hardly makes sense. And then she talks about how she feels comfortable talking about this, but doesn't actually say anything to back it up. But she was quoted saying that she wants to protect young girls in a locker room and young girls in sports who shouldn't have to go against biological men. There's more to that as well. She said what she said. I have never liked Sophie Cunningham. I think that Sophie Cunningham, and this is my thoughts and my thoughts only, looks for an avenue to make money for herself. She looks for avenues to get clicks and to get clout, and this is no different to me. She's seen an avenue where she can potentially make money, where she can potentially get more followers, and she is doing that in a way that hurts other people, and she doesn't seem to care. And so when people show you who they are through their actions, I think we should believe them. And yeah, Sophie Cunningham is exactly who we think she is.
Yeah. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have Brianna Turner, who is a former Notre Dame player. She currently plays for the Las Vegas Aces. She has been an advocate for different things, and that includes trans inclusion in sports for years now. And she also helped create the current CBA for the WNBA. So she has her hands in a lot.
And she played for the Indiana Fever last year, so I think that's important to note. So she, in response, although she didn't call out Sophie Cunningham directly, the next day after this article came out from ESPN. She posted a thread on X where she defended the right of transgender women to participate in women's sports and was quoted saying, "So many takes about them are based on fear-mongering and bigotry. A tiny minority of the population identifies as trans, yet they are always a trending topic, unfortunately. I'm in my 8th season as a WNBA player. To date, there's been one out trans player in the league. They cause 0 problems." She then said, "An issue that has caused problems, though, last year on my WNBA team, when she was on the Indiana Fever with Sophie Cunningham, a male staff member was fired for sexual harassment, but we were encouraged to keep quiet about it. That is an issue. Sexism, misogyny, homophobia, and racism are all issues," end quote. I'm really happy Brianna Turner spoke up. I think she does so many amazing things for the league and gives so many players, including people like Sophie Cunningham, more money in their pockets. I just encourage people that if you don't know how you feel about it, to really do research, because I think our natural reactions are like, yes, we want women's sports to continue on, so we must protect it. And I don't think the way we protect women's sports is through targeting trans women. I think, again, there are so many other ways, and you can listen to so many of our previous episodes where we go into depth about how we could be protecting women's sports. There are so many things happening in the WNBA. I hope that players come forward and start to chat more about what would actually be meaningful to help the players in the league, to help athletes at every step of the way, because it's not where people get changed in the locker room. It's not where people decide to play. There are so many bigger things that we could be talking about. And it just really makes me really upset that this is where we are.
Yeah, agree.
I'm sure we'll have to talk about this more in the future, but let's continue on and get into some updates from us.
Starting with Run Club. We have Run Club this Thursday and every Thursday at the 99ers Sports Bar here in Denver at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. If you listen to our podcast each week, we share a secret word. And if you share that secret word with the bartenders after our run, you will receive 50% off your first draft. This week, the secret word is Jonquel Jones.
Jonquel Jones, MVP of the All-Star, plays for the New York Liberty.
Yes.
We also need to take this time to ask you to please rate and subscribe to our podcast. We love to do this. We want to continue to do it, and we create, produce, and edit the podcast all by ourselves. So anytime that you rate, subscribe, post a positive review, it helps us tremendously. Please, please do it and share this podcast with people you love. Thank you to everyone who has rated the podcast so far. If you send us a screenshot of your 5-star rating, we will send you a Women's Sports Weekly sticker for free in the mail. All right, let's get into All-Star Weekend. We've got lots to talk about. I want to start with Friday night, and then we'll go into the rest.
We will start with the shooting contest. It was called the Shooting Stars.
Yes, so it wasn't a formal skills challenge that they usually have where they have professional players move through obstacles. This was a Shooting Stars challenge. It was new this year, and I really liked it.
Same. And it was really cool because each team had a current WNBA player, a former WNBA player, and a high schooler, which I'm like, how are these high school girls just on the court with these legends right now and just so chill and so confident? So confident.
They played so well. They're so media trained already. I was so impressed.
I agree. And I got to see one of my all-time favorites back on the court, Elena Delle Donne, and I was in all of my feels on Friday night watching this. I used to love watching Elena Delle Donne play. When she was at Delaware, I'd watch her, and then when she was on the Mystics, literally one of my all-time favorite players, and I don't talk about her enough, to be honest, and seeing her back on the floor just really made me so happy.
And she looked good. She looked good. We got to hear Ryan Ruocco say Delle Donne, which was also really cool. And the trio of Shakira Austin, Elena Delle Donne, and high schooler Giselle Gigi Banks, who represented Washington, D.C., won the league's first Shooting Stars Challenge. So in this challenge, they had 70 seconds to score from 7 designated spots, and each player had to shoot from the 7 spots, and then they had an opportunity to shoot half-court shots at the end, and those counted for more points. It was really fun to watch that part, and they had Teresa Weatherspoon and Cynthia Cooper giving the passes. Cynthia Cooper, she was on it. She was firing passes. She didn't care if you were in the way, but she was making sure you got through that 70 seconds real fast to have as many chances at the half-court shot as possible. I think it's what helped this Washington team. And then Teresa Weatherspoon, she struggled a little bit more to get the passes off. At one point, Flage was passing to her own team members. It was a little bit of a mess, but it was really, really cool to see. Gigi Banks, who was the high schooler on this team, was just hitting half-court shots back to back. And they were all just getting so excited. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I was like, this is cool to see someone present, someone former, and a rising star.
Yeah, and seeing the way Shakira Austin and Elena Delle Donne were being all silly together, it was just a lot of fun.
And on top of that, Elena Delle Donne was asked, hey, are you coming back? And she didn't say no. She was like, I definitely need my stamina. But she looked happy out there. She looked fit.
I have heard her on a podcast recently. She was being interviewed and she just talks about how much better her body feels now because she goes to the gym and doesn't kill herself to get a good workout in. She had a lot of, back issues and struggled with a lot of injuries at the end of her career. So after hearing that, if I hadn't heard that podcast interview recently, I think I'd be a little more optimistic. I just don't see it happening.
I know. I just feel like she's got more to give, right? I just feel like she could come back into the league and make a difference.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And that would literally make my life. But her and her wife have gotten into different business things over the years. And she just said she is having a lot of fun in retirement and doing all these other things. As much as I want it to happen, I just don't see it actually happening.
And we know that she's involved with the Washington Mystics on the management side, but it was really cool to see her back out there.
Yeah, and just so happy. I really enjoyed that.
And so Kathy Engelbert was there, WNBA commissioner, and we're watching her give out the award. And I'm like, Danielle, we met Kathy in that dress.
Yeah, I was like, that dress looks familiar.
So way back when Denver was making a bid for a WNBA team, I finagled my way into getting into some kind of networking event where Kathy Engelbert was, where they were trying to like pitch her on Denver. And we got to meet her and we took a picture with her and she was in the exact same dress. And I'm like, Kathy, we know you're getting paid. You're getting paid.
What, she's not allowed to wear the same dress twice? Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
No, she's not. You're not allowed to. No.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
You think it's a dress you should keep bringing back? I want to see Kathy in a suit more is what I really want. I want to see her
Does she want to be in a suit more?
I don't know, but that's just, if I was her stylist, I'd be putting her in a suit more. I'd be getting her seasonal color tested.
She loves a dress.
She does love a dress and she got booed again and it's just starting to get sad.
I
know.
Not that I think she doesn't deserve it, but it just makes me cringe real hard when people are booing, and I just kind of feel bad.
I know. We're not defending her, but it just is hard to see a human.
It's hard to watch.
It is. It is. But anyway, same dress, and I'm like, Kathy, come on, let's get it together. But maybe she's like, my time is ending here.
Yeah.
I'm just doing whatever I need to do.
And I'm sorry. I don't think she cares that you and me remembered the dress she wore when she came to Denver and that she's wearing it again.
No, she does not. She's doing great. All right, let's get into the 3-point competition. So I was nervous about this 3-point competition. I was specifically nervous about Natisha Heidemann, Bridget Carlton, and Azzi Fudd because I saw on the StudBudz stream that they were out until 3 or 4 a.m. the night before. And I was like, how are they going to pull it together for this 3-point competition?
Yeah, this weekend is not serious for these players. It is a party. Like
Party.
An actual party all weekend. And you're right. They're staying up late. They're drinking. They're having fun. Unfortunately, I think the basketball part of All-Star Weekend is the least of their worries.
Yes. Bridget Carlton and Azzi Fudd end up making it to the finals.
Yes.
So that was very impressive in itself. And Azzi Fudd, Dallas wing guard and #1 overall pick, rookie right now, won the 3-point contest on Friday night in Chicago. She is the first rookie to win the competition in the 13 times it has taken place. Pretty impressive. In her final round, she made 20 of 26 shots. She finished with 30 points, which surpassed Bridget Carlton's 27 in the first round, but then Bridget Carlton got to go again. She only tallied 19 points in that second round of the head-to-head.
Yeah, it has to be hard watching Azzi crush it and then get up again and go. She was really on fire.
Azzi Fudd earns $20,000 for winning the event, in addition to $40,000 from sponsor Aflac. All of the other participants received $10,000 each. Bridget Carlton earned $30,000 from Aflac, and third place finisher Ryan Howard gets an additional $15,000. So they do get paid for this.
That's awesome.
Which we love. And I do think the 3-point competition is a great one as well. Super interesting, super fun. I love that everyone was on the sidelines, just practically on the court. And I'm like, wow, to have like all of your colleagues around you like that, just watching you do your thing has to be cool. And also is a ton of pressure when you're hungover.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the actual All-Star game, which happened this past Saturday.
Yes, so Team Spoon ended up beating Team Coop 129-122. As you can imagine, not much defense was being played in this game.
Not at all. Asia Wilson blocked Angel Reese and didn't mean to, and then apologized for it. Like, apologize for playing defense.
Literally in the press conference, she's like, I literally never tried to do that. I tried to get out of the way. I'm so sorry. She's like, I don't block people in All-Star games.
Asia Wilson was just kind of prancing up and down the court.
With her hair down, just having a grand old time.
Oh, man. The All-Star game was played in front of a record crowd of 19,783 people at the United Center. For Team Spoon, Jonquel Jones had 22 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists. She was named All-Star MVP. She is the first player to win the league, WNBA Finals, Commissioner's Cup, and All-Star MVP awards. She's gotten them all, which is really impressive.
That really is.
Dom Malonga for Team Coop. She did throw down a dunk, which was really, really fun.
She just makes the dunk look so easy. It's really incredible.
Angel Reese was so excited for her.
Yes, it was awesome. I think everyone was going nuts.
It was the first dunk in a WNBA All-Star game since Sylvia Fowles in 2022. She was doing that as she was heading into retirement. So it was just cool to see. And like players just were just throwing up alley-oops, just hoping that Dom was somewhere near the rim. Otherwise, the All-Star game, like, you fell asleep watching the All-Star game. It's not that much fun to watch.
I was tired.
You were tired.
But yeah, I fell asleep on the couch and then I was like, I must go to bed. This is not worth my time right now.
The players don't want to get hurt.
I get it. I totally get it. I kind of just don't get why we do it. But yeah. It's more so that because I feel like the whole thing is just a popularity contest and then they get there and it's just everyone's joking around. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old.
I've been thinking about it a little bit too of like the players are tired. It's a quick turnaround for them to play. They don't have a lot of off time. With the off time they do have, they want to celebrate.
Yeah, it's fun for them to all get together in one place and just party.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering. Does it matter that the All-Star game kind of sucks because all the other content we get out of the weekend is so good?
Yeah.
Like, I love the Shooting Stars Challenge. I love the 3-point contest. Do we need to make the All-Star game more competitive? Do we need to have more prizes? I, though, am like, I don't want to see someone get hurt in the All-Star game. So if we make it more competitive and someone got hurt, I would feel horrible. So I'm like, does it really matter if the All-Star game is kind of just...
It doesn't.
Yeah. And then I'm like, could they just do other cool things? Like, I loved seeing veterans play. And you know what? I thought the All-Star game where it was All-Stars versus the Olympic team was so good. Mm-hmm. So I am like, can we put the All-Stars together and have them play someone else? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of kind of ways to make it more interesting. And then I'm also like, does it need to be more interesting? I just want to watch the StudBudz live stream and see where everyone's partying.
And I think that's it. I think it's a place to see and be seen. I think it is cool for the players who are named All-Star. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just not going to be a competitive game, and that's what it is, and that's fine. I think I just need to accept that and not...
And go to sleep.
Yeah, if I'm falling asleep, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I wonder if we could name All-Stars and not have a game. I don't know. Could they do something else that would be cool? I would love if it was a weekend filled with one-on-one interviews. And I know I say that as a podcast, but like...
Yeah, you say that, and I watched the post-game presser. Those players cannot wait to get out.
I know, they really hate the media.
Like, it was like a few one-on-one, and it was Paige, Marina, and Kelsey Mitchell. And when they were like, okay, you all are done, Paige was like, really? And then they just get up and like, they do not want that. So
I know.
I guess it is fun for them.
Maybe they need to get villas and not play any basketball. Let's make it a reality TV show.
But
and
I think
set
they
up cameras.
like to play.
Yeah, okay, you do.
I
want the 3-point contest still. I want the Shooting Stars, but I'm like, this game is wild.
But I think they kind of like it.
Okay. All right, we'll keep it. Let's get into my favorite part of the weekend. Some takeaways from the StudBudz live stream.
I have not been on the StudBudz live stream. I need to click in more and see the real juice.
Let's go through some of these things. So confirmed, Marina Mabrey and Sanaya Rivers are not together.
I kind of was getting that vibe.
Yes, confirmed on StudBudz live stream. And then Dejanay Carrington and Jackie Young were seen a lot on the StudBudz live stream. They were like sitting on a bed, eating wings together. So I feel like they're really soft launching their relationship.
Good for them.
Good for them. Jackie also came out of the game at one point for All-Stars and sat next to Dejanay. So, you know, things are happening there. Not confirmed, but confirmed via StudBudz live stream. And then also this weekend in messiness talk, Dejanay Carrington tweeted about Nalissa Smith, her ex-girlfriend, who also plays in the WNBA. And Dejanay was naming names.
She was.
She said that Nalissa Smith cheated on her with Aaliyah Nye and Deja Kelly. So this is messy, messy, messy.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
It's rough out there, but I love the messiness. I was like, thank you, Dejanay, for just putting it all out there. I need to know. Paige Becker's at one point on the StudBudz stream. She's in the club and she takes off her shirt and is in her sports bra.
Love that.
She was really having fun this weekend. And then my other takeaway is that Olivia Miles was just mostly scared the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much of an introvert Olivia Miles was, but she was doing an interview in the middle of the game and she alluded to that. On the court, she's confident, but in real life, she's pretty introverted and she had to get out of her comfort zone a lot during All-Star Weekend because there's just a lot happening. And yeah, the video of her covering her mouth when people were twerking on the dance floor was hilarious.
It's just so good. And the StudBudz did stream for 72 hours straight, which is just wild.
They are
to
wild.
Me.
They are wild. And multiple people were like, I'm staying far away from them and there's a live stream. I'm not trying to get caught doing anything I shouldn't be. And I get why they do it and I think it's funny, but it has to be annoying for some players because this is a time to let loose and they're getting caught doing things that really aren't a big deal, but then people make it a big deal. So in that regard, I don't love it.
It is a little bit hard. Jonquel Jones was on the mic at one point and she said to Courtney Williams, who she's close with, something along the lines of, and I'm not quoting her here, your 2024 team, Minnesota Lynx, was better than our Liberty team. And then it just got blown out of proportion. And if I had a friend and I saw them and we were chatting and that, yeah, those conversations happen, but I just felt so bad for JJ because then she's in a press conference after she wins MVP having to defend it and she's apologizing. She's not defending it. She's like, I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry. I have so much respect for New York and for the team that I play for. And it's just like, oh my God, this stream creates a lot of drama.
Yeah, don't love that part.
But I need it. You know I need it. All I want in my life is to like be behind the scenes. I don't want to say anything. I just like to watch people do what they do and yeah. So, all right, All-Star Weekend is over. We head into the second half of the WNBA season and it's going to be real spicy.
It sure is.
So what are you looking forward to this week, Danielle?
So the Dallas Wings take on the Washington Mystics this Friday, July 31st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on WNBA League Pass. What are you looking forward to?
In the NWSL on Saturday, August 1st, the KC Current take on Angel City at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube TV.
That is it for this week. We will see you next week on Women's Sports Weekly. In the meantime, watch women's sports and share the podcast with your friends. Rate and subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.